Hey guys, it's Meredith and welcome back to my channel. So I have a little bit of a different filming setup today. I actually got a real camera for Christmas, and so I'm very excited about that, but I am still learning how to use it, so we are doing some trial and error with using it currently. But anyway, today we are going to be talking about the 22 books and series that I want to get to in 2022. I have a mix of some new releases and some backlist books that I want to get to in 2022. So these are not only new releases, but just some books that I've either been putting off or that I still need to get to. So first off, I will start with the new releases that I want to get to. So first off, Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Emily Henry has quickly become one of my favorite authors. I loved Beach Read and I absolutely adored People We Meet on Vacation. And so Book Lovers is her new release in 2022. It is about two book lovers, so it just sounds so perfect. And I believe it comes out in May. So I am so excited to get to it. It is probably my #1 release that I'm looking forward to in 2022. Next is the other release that I am so excited about. It is Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. This one comes out in January. We are so close to the release date and I have been hearing awesome things about it, so I am just so excited. Colleen Hoover is another one that has quickly become one of my favorite authors, and her books really just never miss with me, so I'm very excited to get to that one as well. Another new release that I am really excited to get to is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I have really enjoyed Riley Sager's books that I have read before. I still haven't gotten to Survive the Night, which was his release for 2021, and that will be on this list, just spoiler alert. I am still looking forward to his newest release. Next, I am kind of cheating because I'm putting 3 books for one number, and that is Under One Roof, Stuck With You, and Below Zero, all by Ali Hazelwood. She announced that she is going to be having 3 novellas come out this year. And if you don't know who Ali Hazelwood is, she is the author of The Love Hypothesis, and I ended up rating The Love Hypothesis 4 stars. I really loved her writing. The only thing that took me out of it just a little bit was that I had heard that it was Star Wars fan fiction, and so I'm not a huge Star Wars person, but the name of the main love interest in The Love Hypothesis was Adam, and that is the name of the actor who plays the guy that the fan fiction was written about, or the character that the fan fiction was written about, and it just took me out of it a little bit. And so I am really excited to read her other stories that are not based on already existing characters, because it took me out of it a little bit, but I did really enjoy her writing overall. So I am excited to get to those 3 novellas coming out this year. So the next 2 books are from the same author, and that author is Ashley Winstead. She is the author of In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, which was one of my favorite books, favorite thrillers of the year. The 2 books that she has coming out in 2022 are The Last Housewife and Fool Me Once. And The Last Housewife sounds like a really great thriller, but I'm so excited because Fool Me Once is actually apparently a slow burn romance. And so I'm really excited to get to that and see how her writing in thrillers compares to her writing in romance. But overall, I think I'm really going to enjoy it. I loved In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. Again, it was one of my favorite books of the year. So I am really looking forward to... Did you guys just hear that dramatic groan from Ellie? She's sleeping right by me. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to her new releases this year. Alright, next up I have some series that I either need to complete or need to start. First off, the Addicted series and the Calloway Sisters series. I thought about combining these because apparently you were supposed to read them intertwined with each other. There's a whole reading order, but I have heard so much hype around these books my lovely fiance Mark bought them for me for Christmas. So I currently have both the Addicted and Calloway Sisters series, so I can read them in the reading order, and it's a 10-book series in total, so I know it's going to take me a while, and so I'm kind of wanting to start on that soon. I'm really excited to get to it. It's one that I have heard so much about on BookTube, Book Talk, everything. I feel like it is everywhere, so I'm really excited to get to that. Next up, the Brown Sisters trilogy. I read Get a Life, Chloe Brown in February, I believe, and it wasn't my favorite romance. I don't know. I just didn't really love Red, and it just wasn't my favorite story overall, but I have heard that I would probably relate more with the other sisters, or at least enjoy their stories more. And I do love that the books follow a family, because I love family dynamics, I love sisters, and so it basically checks all of the boxes in what I look for in a book. And so I think that I am going to try to give the series another chance this year, and so I want to read the final two. I don't remember the exact titles, but I know it's Danny Brown and Eve Brown, I think, so I'm excited to get to those. Next up, super hyped, ACOTAR. I want to read the ACOTAR series this year. I actually started reading the first book this summer, and I just put it down, and I unintentionally DNF'd it. Like, I think I was just reading too much at once, and I basically just DNF'd the book, and I really didn't mean to. So I do want to pick it up again. I'll start it over and read the whole series because it is so hyped. I've heard nothing but great things about it, so I need to get to it. Keeping on the fantasy train, I need to finish the Folk of the Air series by Holly Black. I read The Cruel Prince in October, and I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to pick up The Wicked King right away, but I read The Cruel Prince for a readathon, and so I just had other things to get to, and I didn't get to the second one. And then life just got busy, and I've not picked up The Wicked King or Queen of Nothing yet. And so I have them on my shelf. They are ready to be read, and I am excited to see what I think of the whole series. I heard that the second one really makes the whole series for everybody, and so I did enjoy the first one, so I'm thinking that I'll really enjoy the second one as well. Next is a series that I hear a lot about from people who read a lot on Kindle Unlimited. So this is the Ravenhood trilogy by Kate Stewart, and the whole trilogy is on Kindle Unlimited. So I am excited to get to that. I think I want to try to read more Kindle Unlimited books this year. I do have Kindle Unlimited, and I don't think I use it to its full potential. So this is a series that I hear about a lot on BookTube and Book Talk, and a lot of people talk about how emotional it is. And one of my favorite book talkers and booktubers, Larry Reeds, she loves this series, and I hear quotes from it all the time, and I just want to be a part of the hype with it. Okay, next up, I just have a bunch of standalones backlist that I just need to get to, and starting off is one I already mentioned, but Survive the Night by Riley Sager. This was his newest release in 2021, and I have heard some mixed reviews about it. I've heard people that absolutely adore the book, and I've also heard some people that really didn't like it, and so I'm curious which side of the fence I'll be on with this book, but I am excited to get to it. It sounds really good. Next is Firefly Lane by KRISTIN Hanna. This book was turned into a series on Netflix with Katherine Heigl, and I have heard that it is just such a good book. KRISTIN Hanna is one of my favorite authors as well. She wrote my favorite book, The Nightingale, and so I am excited to read more from her, and I do want to see the show, so I have to read the book to watch the show. And that being said, I also want to read The Four Winds by KRISTIN Hanna, which was her new release in 2021. I am so nervous about this one because a lot of people who loved her previous books did not like The Four Winds, and it was the book of the month, book of the year, but I know a lot of people were disappointed to hear that. So I am just nervous to read a KRISTIN Hanna that might disappoint me, but I do own it and I do want to read it to form my own opinion, but it is very intimidating. But I think this year I'm going to, I think this year I am going to take it on. Next is Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. She is the author of The Hating Game and 99% Mine. This was also her new release in 2021. I don't know why I didn't get to this one. I really loved The Hating Game and I'm currently reading 99% Mine, which I have some thoughts on. So look for those in my wrap up. But Second First Impressions is one that I did hear a lot of good things about, and I was really intrigued to get to it when I saw Caroline Johnson do a vlog or a video where she had a clip of her reading Second First Impressions and just sobbing, and it made me just really want to get to it because I love any romance that can pull any sort of reaction or emotion from me, and so I know this is one that I'm going to have to get to in 2022. Another really hyped book that I heard so much about in 2021 that I need to get to in 2022 is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I have just heard so many good things. It is a chunker of a romance, and those sometimes worry me because I get scared that I'll get bored, but I've just heard so many good things that I don't know how I would get bored because it just sounds so good. So I am very excited to get to it. It's one that I'll probably, I don't know, aim for reading in either February or in the summer. It seems like a good summer read. So I'll have to see. Next up, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Do I need to say anything else? This was on, I think, most people's top 10 books of 2020, and I have still heard so much about it in 2021, and finally I am going to get to it in 2022. I just feel so left out because I haven't gotten to it yet. It's been sitting on my shelf collecting dust and I need to get to it. Next, I have 2 books by Frederick Bachman. I have yet to read a Frederick Bachman book and I keep telling myself I'm going to and I don't. So those 2 books are Beartown and Anxious People. These are probably 2 of his most hyped books, and I hear about how people just absolutely adore them, and I also want to adore them. So again, they're on my shelf just collecting dust and I would love to get to them. So those 2 are ones that I'm hoping to get to as well. Finally, I have 2 books by the amazing Emily Henry, A Million Junes and The Love That Split the World. Like I said, Emily Henry has been an author that has just quickly become one of my favorites. I just really connect with her writing and her characters, and so I finally want to read her backlist, and these are the 2 books that she has written previously before Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation. So I'm hoping to get to those and have my Emily Henry experience and be able to say that I have read all of her works. So when I say that she is one of my favorites, I can truly mean it deep inside my soul. So those are 22 books and series that I would like to prioritize in the year 2022. I have tons of other books that I need to read as well, but these are just some of the books that I really do want to prioritize and get to. So let me know down below if there are any other books that you think that I should try to prioritize reading in the upcoming year, and also let me know some of the books that you are going to try to read in the new year as well. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment down below. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!